Hi, I'm Lanny, and this is Preserving Today. Okay, today I want to show you how I make coconut water kefir. Now, notice where my emphasis is on that, coconut water kefir. I'm going to make kefir from coconut water, and I'm not going to be using water kefir grains. I'm going to use my dairy kefir grains that I use for fermenting milk and coconut milk, which you can see in my other videos. And instead of putting these into dairy milk, I'm going to put them into coconut water, and I'm going to get a slightly effervescent, tangy, sweet, delicious coconutty soda. So the first thing we have to do is strain our grains. So these have been in coconut water before, and let's see if we can tell a difference. Here they are. These 3 little chunks are a little bit pink, and that is from this coconut water. Okay, next I'm going to strain my other grains. If you don't know how to make kefir, you should watch my video how I make dairy kefir and my video how I make coconut kefir. So these are the grains that have never been in coconut water before, and they've only been in dairy milk. Look at that. The ones that I've fermented with the coconut water are a little bit pink, and the ones that I've only fermented in dairy are pure white. They're both looking healthy. Okay, I'm choosing Harmless Harvest coconut water because this is the only coconut water that's accessible to me. That's organic coconut water, and that's not ultra processed. So this is in the refrigerated section at your grocery store. This is only organic coconut water. There are no other ingredients. There is no citric acid or anything that's going to inhibit the bacterial process. And because this is minimally processed, it has all the good stuff that's needed for these bacteria in the kefir grains to feed off of. So all I'm going to do is put this coconut water into a glass jar. And I'm going to add my kefir grains. Now, if it bugs you that there's still milk on them, you can gently rinse these off in some non-chlorinated water, but it's kind of risky to do that. You could also rinse them off in the coconut water, but that sounds expensive. And here they go. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to come back and check on this. It's warm in my house now. We're going to go 12 to 24 hours on this fermentation at room temperature, and it just needs to be lightly covered. It doesn't really need to let the gas out, and it doesn't need to be a tight-fitting lid either, so I cut it in the middle, and I use one of these reusable glass jar lids, which I find really handy and I use all the time. More importantly, I'm going to label this with a date and time. And I do write down the time because I want to count hours here. This is going to only take 12 to 24 hours until it's finished. So we're going to notice this now is not fizzy. It is this beautiful color because unprocessed coconut water changes this pink to this pink color when it has light exposure. So it's this color, and it's going to change a little bit in the next 12 to 24 hours, and we're going to observe those changes, and I'll be back. Okay. Here we are 18 hours later. The difference I see is this foamy stuff that's on top and those surface bubbles. So these bubbles indicate fermentation has taken place. And if I jiggle it around a little bit, it looks fizzy. So this is good, but if you really want to know, just taste it. How's it taste to you? It's going to continue to ferment in this next step. So all I'm going to do is remove the grains from the coconut water. You can see it's taken on that nice pink color. Place them in a clean jar. And then into this clean jar, I'm going to add either milk or coconut water to ferment again. But I'm putting them in this small jar because I'm actually going to store these grains. I'm not going to make another batch of anything right away. So I'm putting these in the fridge. And to do that, I'm just going to cover them with raw milk to store. Now this needs to build up some carbonation. To do that, I'm going to put on a tight-fitting lid. And I'm going to still leave this on the counter to continue to ferment. And you'll see this lid has this little button here. When the pressure starts to build up, this is going to get hard and I'm not going to be able to snap it. So that's what I'm going to watch for. And I don't want it to be too hard and have this overflow when I open it. But when this starts to get firm, I'll move it to the fridge. And then when it's cold, it's ready to drink. All right, I'll check back later. Okay, this is the coconut water kefir, second fermentation. After the grains have been removed, and I left it on the counter for another 8 hours with a tight-fitting lid. I didn't add anything to it at that point. I just took the grains out, a small amount of bubbles, and the lid is tight. So when I open it, there's this little carbonation kind of sound. You can see some bubbles moving. Here it is. See bubbles? That's some good carbonation. So this is coconut water kefir. It's coconut water fermented using dairy kefir grains. This coconut water kefir is delicious and super refreshing. And there it is. I'm Lanny, and this was Preserving Today.